Boom. All right, grab a seat, man.
Thank you, Samuel.
Dude, it's so good to have you around. I just love spending time with you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy the eviction?
Oh, love the eviction. Best experience of my life, by far. Very stressful, extremely stressful, but yeah, it was fantastic. Samuel was a different person in the eviction, and the boardroom was very challenging. I'll tell him a quick funny story about the eviction. So I have an Apple Watch, and it tells me my heart rate. So my resting heart rate's like 79. After the first boardroom, you've watched the first episode, right? We didn't do particularly well. After the first boardroom, I come out and I look at my watch, and it says, Apple Watch detected that your heart rate went above 120 BPM while you appeared to be inactive. It's fine, stressful, but
so your Apple Watch was freaking out, saying you need to go see a doctor.
It's like, you need to lie down, quick.
Great. Well, you did really well in the episode. I think we'd all agree, after watching episode 1, 2, and 3, that you're definitely looking like you could even be a potential one of the winners or in the finals. Would you guys agree? Yeah. So really doing well. Talk to me about. I mean, I know you've done all of these strategies very successfully. He's made tens of thousands of pounds deal sourcing. He's financially free alone from these rent-to-SAs. He's got HMOs. He's raised finance. He did joint ventures. But your probably most lucrative and exciting strategy is when you buy houses, refurbish them with none of your own money, refinance them, and then rent them and make a passive income with infinite returns. You're the king at that. And I'm just so... I think, sometimes people say to me, Samuel, how many properties do you own? What's your net worth and stuff? And I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. It don't even matter. I don't even care about my net worth. I don't care about how many houses I own. I don't care about my castle. I don't care. The thing I care about is how successful my students are. And I'm so proud of you, Anthony.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I'm so proud of you. So tell us, man. Tell us, bro. Talk me through simply what the strategy is and how you've made it work so brilliantly.
So, like Samuel said, this is the best strategy in my opinion, and I'm going to change the world with this strategy, because I'm going to take all these houses that need work, I'm going to refurbish them, refinance them, I'm going to put tenants in them, but I'm also going to end up with a free house in most of the instances. So I've bought 3 houses like this so far, and like Samuel said, I've used absolutely none of my own money to buy them. And now buy, refurbish, refinance is a bit like development, but on a smaller scale. So you'll find a property, buy it below market value. It will generally require a refurbishment to it. So you'll refurbish the property with an exit strategy to then refinance the property at a higher value, which means you can pull all or most of your money back out. And because this strategy is, like Samuel said, so lucrative, this is a great strategy to find investors for. So the first house I found, I raised £24,000 to buy the house using an investor's money. I bought it on a mortgage, and we refinanced it in 9 months' time, so we're going to refinance in 2 months' time. We're going to leave some of the investor's money in there, but he's getting a return on his money. So, and I'm going to end up with a house from this. So I'm going to get, like Samuel said, an infinite return on this house, because I'm going to be generating every single month from this property by putting no money into it whatsoever. So it is a fantastic strategy.
So how do you identify these diamond properties? Like, where do you find them?
The thing is, it's all down to the training. And I mean, this training is level 1. When you go onto the academy, you'll meet Trevor Cutmore, who really is the master at this. So you'll find the properties in the exact same way. But all these rundown properties that you see, most people just skim over them and think, that's too much work. I won't be able to qualify the refurbishment on things like that. But what I'll do is I'll look at the properties, I'll use the calculator that I've put together with people like Trevor from the academy, and then obviously some of my builders, and I can literally put in how many windows I need, 6, how much do I need the kitchen, I need this, and it'll spit me a figure out. You need X amount of £1,000 refurb. And then I know I'll go and view this property now. So the same principle of ringing the agent and saying, would you accept an offer of this? I do it in reverse, but work out, does the refurb work on the property? Then I'll go and view it, and I'll qualify my refurb and put the offer based on what I think the end value is going to be. So using things like mouse price, Rightmove to qualify what the area is like. And generally, I'll come out with a really good figure to be able to work it out.
And I know because on the academy we have a program called Recycle Your Cash. And I know on the Recycle Your Cash program, we specifically we find properties just like this.
Yeah, exactly.
That need work. And basically, I'm such a flip chart guy. I just have to just do something real quick because this is the essence of the program, and it's really simple. Would you like to learn a quick new thing about this strategy, guys? Hello. All right. So these are the figures you need, and this is what Anthony's mastered so well. So there's only 3 figures that you need to know. The first figure is what's the purchase price? What's the purchase price? How much can you buy this rundown, ugly property for? What's the lowest that they'll accept? What's the line that you use, Anthony, when you're trying to get a good deal and you want to know what their bottom line is?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the closing line when you're talking to a vendor? What do you say to get their bottom line?
So usually I will ask them what's the lowest they can accept and still live. And they'll give me the bottom figure then at this point.
And you've got to be silent, haven't you? So let's do it. So Anthony, what's the bottom? If I was to buy this cash tomorrow, what's the bottom, the lowest that you could accept but still live with? That's how it is. A long silence. Am I right?
Yeah.
Sometimes as long as a minute. And you'll see this on my American video with the Financial Freedom Challenge. I'll say it, and then they'll just stand there going, and I'm just silent. Have you seen this? Yeah, and I'm just silent. The person that speaks first is the person that loses. Am I right, Anthony?
Exactly.
So Anthony's mastered this. So that's the first thing. What's the purchase price? Then the next thing is, how much is the refurb going to cost? And Anthony, as he's talked about, we give our Academy members a really cool sheet where you can work out how much things are going to cost. So once you know the purchase price and the refurb cost, you then need to know what is the done up value. Those are the only 3 figures you need to know. That's it. When you know those 3 figures, you can work out if it's going to be lucrative or not. If the purchase price plus the refurb is 100 grand, but the done up value is only 105 grand, it's no good. If this is 100 grand, but the done up value is 150 grand, nice. So that's the figures that we work on, right?
Exactly.
And then you can either sell the property, or you can get a new mortgage on it, and you can refinance it back up to its true value. And by the way, do you know when they brought in the 6-month rule, where you have to wait 6 months to refinance? They scrapped the 6-month rule. They scrapped it. So now they scrapped when? About 6 months ago. So now you can buy a house, you can refurb it, and then you can refinance it straight away. So I know. Maybe speak to a lender, someone, I don't know. Maybe it could rhyme with Kent Reliance. Kent Reliance. They'll lend you the money, you can add value. As long as you add value, refinance. Bang! That's how we're doing this, man.
Yeah. So the one I'm buying at the minute, I'm going to refinance in less than 3 months. I've bought it at £60,000, and like Samuel said, I've worked out the refurb. And this house is fantastic because I'm going to use a bridging loan to buy this property, as well as an investor's money.
I tell you something really exciting about bridging loans. Getting a bridging loan is sometimes a pain because it's like you've got to go through the hoops and fill out the forms and all that. So, because my students, like Anthony, because Anthony keeps having to get bridging loans all the time and it's a pain, I got declined. Anthony, what am I doing?
So, like Samuel said, him and I had a business call the other day. Samuel's going to set a bridging company up for all his Academy members. So he's going to completely break down the barriers for bridging.
I've already set one up. I just had my first Academy member. I just lent them $500,000. $500,000. And it was done within like 24 hours. It was just like, I want $500,000 to do this deal. Let's have a look. Within 24 hours, accepted. Next day, boom, $500,000 in his account. It depends on the deal. Depends on the deal. But the reason I've done it is because I'm sick and tired of my Academy members being declined. Everything for me is mission. I'll make money sometimes, and that's fine. Mission. So it's friggin' exciting times. So come on, carry on, Anthony. What's going on?
So, like I said, the one I'm buying at the minute, I'm using a bridging loan to buy it. So with a bridging loan, typically you can leverage about 65% of the property. 35% will be the fees for bridging, because it's worked on retained interest basis. So they'll work out the interest on the bridging loan when you tell them how many months you're going to have it for, and that's deducted from how much they'll give you on the bridge. So,
how much money do you actually need? Let's look at this. So let's say you give me a case study. Give me your last case study.
So the one I'm working at, purchase price is £60,000.
All right, so 60 grand. Do you need personally to put that 60 grand down?
No.
Where does the 60 grand come from?
So, sorry? Well, this one, an investor's putting it down.
So you get 60 grand from an investor. Why would he give you 60 grand?
Well, investors actually give me the deposit for the bridge. So I'm getting it on a bridging loan.
Okay.
And then the investor's giving me the deposit for the bridge.
So you're getting about, what, like 30% from the investor?
Yeah, so he's giving me £23,000, which covers my fees and covers the deposit for the bridging loan.
And then the rest, you're getting a bridging.
And the fantastic with this one on the bridging loan is I'm getting 100% refurbishment paid on the bridging loan.
So you're not putting a penny of your own money down?
Not a penny.
And then how much will the refurb cost?
So refurbishment on this one's £9,000.
So you're going to, the purchase, these are the three figures I care about. And this is what Anthony knows because he's been through the Buy, Refurbish, Refinance Masterclass. So purchase price 60, refurb 9,000. So all in 69,000 plus fees.
Done up value on the property, £95,000. At the end of the deal, it'll leave £3,000 in the deal.
How many of you would be okay with buying a house for £3,000? Of course. And how much are you going to make?
So on this one, I'll make about £250 a month profit, but over the year, this is 106% return on investment.
It's just insane, man.
So after a year, I'm going to end up with a free house that I'm going to make capital appreciation on, because the area I'm buying it in, they've got HS2 coming along. So I know, like Samuel said, I've bought in an area that's bottomed out. So in 3 years' time, 5 years' time, I know this house is going to go up substantially in value.
What's the big plan for you, buddy? Why are you doing this?
The big plan for me is I've lived in a crappy house. I've been there, honestly, I lived in this house. It had single pane windows. It had mold on the wall. The landlord didn't care about me at all. And it was tough because you have a hard day at work. Like Samuel said, I was in retail, 60 hours a week, and you come home and that's where you get your respite. And when your house is crap, you don't get that respite. And so I'm sick and tired of all these crappy landlords, and I'm just going to corner the market. I'm going to refurbishment all these properties that need it. There's 600,000 properties in the UK that are empty, and we'll find these properties. They're everywhere. Refurbishment them, revalue them, let them out to tenants. You see them on Rightmove now, some fantastic properties, and that's what investors are doing. And all these ones with the magnolia walls and the crap are just going to disappear. And that's why Section 24 worries all of these landlords, because they haven't got a clue what they're doing.
That's so good. And the crazy thing is, what did you know about property when you first met me?
Oh, I was talking to a few of you earlier, and the ROI calculator, I could not get that for the life of me. Could not. I could not get it for the life of me. It took me about 2 weeks after the crash course for my brother to sit down and really explain it to me. But once you get it, you get it. And then, obviously when I signed up to the academy, and, like I say...
Which was what? That was January this year?
November I signed up to the academy.
Oh, no. Oh, but you started your training in January.
Yeah.
All right. So he signed up in November. He did his first training in January. February, March, April, May. 4 friggin' months of training, and this is the man he's become.
I now control 11 properties.
11 properties. That's the thing. That's why I say, you can spend £40,000 learning about, I don't know what you learn about, chemistry or drama, or you can join the academy and learn to become financially free, change your life and change other people's life. That's it.
The thing is with this strategy, once you learn the foundations of it, you can go on to bigger projects. We viewed a property last week, so it's a church, and we're going to convert it into 14 apartments. £300,000 purchase price.
You're not taking away the churches, are you, please?
No. This is a derelict one.
All right.
£300,000 purchase price, £300,000 refurb. Once we get this development value, it's going to be worth 1.3 million. We're going to pull £300,000 out of the property.
That's amazing. It's the same as I told you about the piece of land. I've just bought a piece of land. I bought the land for £330,000. I'm then going to build 6 houses on it. That's going to cost me about £500,000, just shy of £500,000. Talking about £800,000 all in. I've already had a Rick's value give me an end value of 1.3 million. So at the end, I'll just sell off the houses and cash in. Like, this strategy, buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, or buy, refurbish, sell, is just incredible. Give me some top pearls of advice, Brady.
So the most important thing about this strategy is all about your refinance value, because this strategy hinges on you getting that right. So I always underestimate mine. So if the market's saying £95,000, I'll underestimate it. Because then if my refurbishment comes in low, I've worked out a worst case scenario and I'm going to end up still getting what I need. So one of the things that I'll teach you as part of the academy is how to, best case, worst case, likely case. So everything I look at now, I'll work out that. So best case is I get all my money out. Worst case is I'm going to leave £8,000 in there. Can I live with that? Likely case is I'm going to get X. So that's the always work things out like that.
It's funny because you use that same logic to whether you should join the academy. I remember you saying,
yeah.
I remember him having a little, best case, I become financially free, become really successful, blah, blah, blah. Well, great, fine. Worst case, I end up like 15 grand down, waste a load of time, look stupid, and I've got this debt that I need to pay off. Ugh. Likely case, I'll make my money back, I'll make some friends, buy a couple of houses. And for you, it's worked out best case.
Exactly. It's always been best case. Because if you put the effort in, you will always get best case.
Yeah. But I think with best case, worst case, likely case, just say, is the worst case going to cripple you forever? If the best case is I'll make 5 grand, but the worst case is I'll end up crippled and divorced, then don't do it. But if the best case is I'll become financially free, and the worst case is it's a smart thing. Let me ask you another question. Talk to me about some of the cool surprises, because is it true when I say you make a move, I make a move? Is that true?
Yeah, so when Samuel says if you make one move, he'll make 10, it rings true every single time. Whenever I've made a move, Samuel's rang me, said, I'm going down to London to meet Robert Kiyosaki. Do you want to come and meet him? So we went for dinner recently with Robert Kiyosaki, and he says, there's also a course. He's doing a course 2 days after as well. Would you like to go to that? So he paid for us to go to the course as well, me and some of the other Academy members, and that was a huge treat. And we have Academy Awards, so just to be recognised as an award-winning property investor is huge. And we've even got some of the Academy members in the room that won awards at this event, and that's great to be recognised like that. And then obviously the eviction as well. Wow, what an experience to be invited to, because I've taken action as part of being on the academy. So all these things come by taking action, and I can't thank Samuel enough, because he doesn't realise how much he's given me and how much he's changed my life. But it's going to help me forever. And I've made so many friends on the academy. 12 months ago, I almost lost my job. I lost my partner, so I almost lost my house, and now I've got friends, I've got a family, and I'm financially free, and I couldn't be happier. And it is just by trusting myself and trusting the training and taking that leap that everything has come from this.
Anthony, again, you'll be sticking around tonight?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be around all night.
Give him a hand, man. Give him a hand. All right, well done, bro. Thank you so much. All right.